everyone, welcome back to another developer's vlog of Snally's mobs. I believe we're either on 5 or 6. I am not very good at keeping track of this kind of stuff, so my apologies. But anyways, so today's vlog is, well, the official, well, not the official, but 0.3's alpha release is here. At least the time of this being recorded, I just submitted the version of the mod, so it's not out yet, but like I said, as the moment I'm recording this, it's not. But probably by the time this video is uploaded, it already is. So be sure, if you want to take a look at the mod, take a look in the description below. But anyways, let me show you what I have for y'all today, pretty much. So, whoops, that's not what I meant to press. So the main thing is the Utahraptor, and here's well, maybe if it's not hiding, we can actually see it. But I guess we'll go over here because I have two little chambers set up. But here are the Utahraptors. Let me just break this, I suppose. And yeah, we'll just move them right here. So here's a Utahraptor. Well, I'll just completely break all this. All of it in its glory. The textures and stuff are done, and this guy's looking really good. I really like. Shoutouts to the amazing Macadoodle for texturing these guys. She did a phenomenal job with this. Really like it a lot. And yeah, so I have these two over here for a reason, but let's just go over all the stuff. So you may have already noticed I have a slingshot. So this is the new weapon pretty much added within this version, and it's a pretty weak weapon generally. It doesn't really do that much at all. Like, I believe it does like 1 to 2 hearts of damage. It's a charge up, so you just do that and you shoot cobblestone. So we'll just shoot at a pig. I guess that one missed. And, it doesn't really do that much, and has very low durability, and all you need to really do to make this is some sticks and a strain. So, yeah. But this weapon is mainly useful for its capability, which I'm trying to get to happen, but, sometimes odds is not on your chance. But I believe I have it to a 20 to 25% chance of that. Well, that's the stun effect, so pretty much for preventing movement, abilities from my creatures, or being able to attack, pretty much. So that's what the stun will do. Now, in order to tame yourself a Utahraptor, it's kind of quite simple, pretty much. All you gotta do is, while he's aggressive at you, or over at a distance, you can do it up here, you're gonna try to hit him, and you're gonna try to get that stun effect. Now, that yellow effect right there is not the stun effect. That's actually one of its abilities, which we'll showcase a little bit later. So we're just going to pretty much shoot at him. If it works. See, sometimes you'll get the first couple of shots. Sometimes you really got to shoot at it. So we got the sun, so we got to go over here, feed it some raw beef. Now, it looks like we only were able to feed it once, meaning we pretty much tamed this guy. Now, we can right-click on him, and we can ride on the Utahraptor right here. Look at that. Look at this guy. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. And just like the Highland Cow, all you can do is shift, right-click, and then you can pretty much command it to sit, wander, or follow. Now, we'll go over here real quick to the other Utahraptors. So these guys are already tamed. I have set them to sit because, well, we're going to breed them. So we just going to shift right-click with mutton. And then we got an egg. Now, the Utahraptors do have a chance to have more than one egg, but it's a very low chance. But still a chance, regardless. Now, in order to hatch this egg, all you got to do is place it down on the ground and place some torches around the egg right here, and then it'll just randomly pretty much hatch. It's set to a very low chance per tick. Sometimes you might get it instantly, sometimes you gotta wait a little bit, but what I would recommend is just stay close to the egg pretty much until it hatches. So here we go, we got our little baby, and now we can command it pretty much. We can't ride it, I mean we can try, but nothing's really, working. And it takes about 5 minutes for this little guy to grow up, and then you can pretty much use his abilities. And yes, that is a cute little smile this little guy has. But yeah, so that is just kind of the gist of the basics of taming and how Utahraptors, you can, make an army of them. So let's move on to their abilities. So whenever a Utahraptor takes damage, whether from mob, fall damage, so we're going to try to get this guy to trigger it, you'll see that. So this effect can affect it and other Utahraptors nearby. It didn't trigger for this guy for some reason. All the testing he did, but I don't know why I didn't for that one. So this effect will increase a Utah's damage to 2 and will give it a 1 HP life steal effect. So, every time it attacks an entity with this effect, just heals a little bit 1 HP. So very useful to add a little bit damage and still add a little tankiness. Now if we can set this guy to wander or follow, we'll just set to follow. And while we run with the Utahraptor, I guess not really run, if you hold the sprint button, being very fast, I think these guys are a little bit too fast, if I'll be completely honest. But whenever you're sprinting with these guys, you actually do have a 50% chance of just taking less damage from an attack. Now, it's a chance, so not all the time. Sometimes you'll take the full damage, pretty much. But yeah, that's what these guys can do ability-wise, pretty much. Now, the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to set to survival, because if we use this in creative, it's going to be a little bit glitchy. So we have the main other thing added in this version, and that is the soul orb. So all we gotta do is right click, boom, and now we have our Utahraptor, which, it's supposed to show its name right there, but it doesn't. But we'll change that at some point. But we have our Utahraptor trapped in a little soul orb. So we're just pretty much like a Pokeball. Then we just right click in the air, boom, a new Utahraptor, and then yeah. Pretty much that. Now, one thing is you can't use this on babies. So, you're not supposed to. Uh-oh. Okay, that's interesting. That's must be a weird visual glitch that just happened right there. I don't know what that was about. I'll be sure to take a look at that. But yeah, this also works for the Highland Council. We'll just get ourselves a Highland cow just to show off as well. I don't know why I had to cycle through everything for that, but we'll just get a soul orb, get the Highland cow, and let's get some apples. Boop. Alrighty, and then let's just change our game mode back to survival. Right click, and then let's just speed up this guy pretty much. And then we're just going to right click, and then, we got Highland Cow. So, yeah. And it's, pretty much that's all I really have for this major little update. New mob, new tameable mob, but these guys are also hostile in the wild. So, if you run into the forest, you could get stalked by one of these guys. But a very good travel, useful mount to have, and definitely recommend taming it. But, yeah, that's all I have for this mod version. One thing I can show for the next update, which will be the last update for the alpha. Oh no, that's a spider. Okay, we might change to creative so we don't get pecked to death or stabbed to death. I'm not sure. Is the waitoreke, which I believe I'm not 100% sure if I said that name right at all. But yeah, I can show a little bit a preview of its model. It's not 100% completed. There's still some stuff I'm still currently working on, at least as its base textures. And then this update will include not only that mod, but also the Explorer notes that I'm going to be adding into this mod, which will pretty much be a way you can find out how certain mobs in this mod work. So, I'll have to go back, look at these videos, or if someone ever makes a guide or whatever, don't always go back. Just find one of these Explorer notes, read it, and you'll be like, oh, okay, so that's how I tame it. Like, oh, okay, so that's how that works. So that's going to be the major thing before we move into the beta. So that's going to be exciting and whatnot. But yeah, that's all I got for you for this developer's log. Stay tuned for the next week, I believe, or 2 weeks now. Just take a look at the first a little bit of the waitoreke and a little bit of the explorer notes. So yeah, peace out and have a good one.